So through backpacking, basically the objective is when you get back to your camp is to start a fire. That's one of the first things that people do. All throughout human history, dating back 250 to 200,000 years ago, there wasn't a whole lot that separated humans from the rest of the animals that roam the planet. Even the other 20 different species of humans that roam the planet, there wasn't a whole lot that separated us. What us as Homo sapiens did to take that extra step was discover fire through tools that look similar to this. Fire allowed us to break down foods and allowed us to extract more calories, and then allowed us to then take that energy that our body used to digest food and redistribute it through through the rest of our body. We used 65% of our body's energy simply digesting foods that were not prepared. So through fire, we developed ways to cook food, and when we digested them, we took that extra percentage of food energy and then redistributed that to our brain. Our brain then developed, and the human race as Homo sapiens advanced. A tool like this is called a bow drill. Essentially, through friction and rotation, you'll be able to hypothetically create enough friction to then start a fire. Through a motion similar to that, the base will spin, and then you'll have your tinder. Something that looks like this. This is some horsehair. You'll place that on the bottom, and then through friction, you'll be able to ignite it, get an amber, and then you can transfer that to a fire. Basically, what you want to do is you'll place it underneath the platform, and you kind of want to cup it up so it retains a little bit of the heat. And then with your now wet drill, you'll place it on into these little divots, attempting to. And you want to put your foot on the platform to get a little bit of control with it. And then this is basically the process that you'll have to do. And through enough friction, you'll create enough energy and enough heat, or you'll catch the embers or the horsehair on fire.
2,000 years later.
There's a worm on it. Oh no!
Is he gonna die?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh my god! Why does he want to go there?
I don't know.
It must be cold.
Yeah, he likes the heat.
That's the only answer.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
Hey, little guy. I'm gonna take you over here.
Ew, I hate worms.
It was big! It was all wiggly! And it ate everything! It was an Alaskan bullworm!
There we go. Okay, good night.
So this is the MSR wind burner. It's a stove that can be used in high winds. The price of it is $150, around there, and it's super easy to put together. So this is gas, and what you do is you flip this out and then turn this onto here. You'll hear the gas come out a little bit, and then with this knob it says how much gas can come out, and then you light it.
You have to turn it a little bit. Yeah, keep going.
I'm scared. Is it down?
No, it's not going to explode.
Oh.
So when you're ready to set up the fire, the main objective is getting the fire going so you can have heat for food and warmth. But a big problem, and a lot of people don't realize this, is almost as important as how you start the fire is where you start the fire. Behind me is a large brush pile, and if you were to set up a fire here and if you were to walk away, you're at risk of catching this on fire. If you're in a very dry area such as a desert or something, things are very dry, and something even as little as a spark from a piece of horsehair flying into that could engulf that in flames, and that's how forest fires start. So you have to be very careful about where you set up fires. Make sure you have a barrier between you and something that you don't want to catch on fire, such as rocks or dirt. And it's nice to have something like this full of water if you're not using it, just in case a fire were to spread. Or keep in mind that dirt is also an excellent way to extinguish a fire. So if you have a shovel or a trowel or something and you don't have any water accessible, you can dig it into the ground and you can throw it on the fire, and that's a way to extinguish a fire.
It's been 84 years.
Yay!
So imagine yourself waking up 70 miles into the backcountry and you're ready for breakfast. You had your fire started, but today we're going to be opting for the easier route, the twist of a knob and the strike of a lighter to get our fire going. You walk down the trail to your local Whole Foods and you pick up your grade A dozen of eggs and you're ready for breakfast. The name of the game here, just like before, this is still the MSR wind burner, but we have the MSR skillet option. This video is not sponsored by Mountain Safety Research, I just have a lot of their products. You turn the knob, you hear the fuel, and now that's ready to roll. You take your skillet, same attachment as the 1.8 liter pot, and it just sits on top, locks in. And you'll take your eggs from the Whole Foods conveniently located on the trail. Crack. And just like home, on any other type of skillet, like on your stove, except it's not very level, you wait for the egg to go. You don't want the heat too hot, because you'll do exactly what I'm doing right now, and that's burning the egg. But you don't want the heat. You want enough heat where you can still cook the egg. This is a non-stick surface, so you don't need any oil or butter or anything. Just broke the yolk. And this pan is large enough for a group of people, where you can put 2, 3, 4 eggs on there. That egg is managing much better than the first one. And unlike your stove, you don't really have a temperature range. You just kind of have to guess based off of how the food is cooking on the skillet. This egg, although it has broke, could probably be tossed away. I like my eggs over easy. Convenience and space is not a luxury on these, but you can make an attempt to flip them without breaking the yolk. Oh no, I'm making a mess. There we go. Just like at your local Waffle House or your breakfast joint, you'll have some eggs for breakfast. And then from there, once you finish them up, after eating these delicious, beautiful looking eggs, you can start your day on the trail and can use this same setup for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner any day on the trail.